Hi, my name's Noel, psychotherapist. Welcome to today's video blog, which is going to run through some aspects of workplace bullying. Sadly, bullying is something that we'll probably all experience in one way or another, either as a witness or it happens to ourselves directly throughout our lives. At some point, we will come across it either at school or at work. It seems to be part of the dynamics of groups of people. So it's well worth knowing something about it and how you can look after yourself. In terms of workplace bullying, increasingly now employers are recognising that it's a problem. I mean, not so much because they're worried about you as an individual. Maybe your employer is, and you're very lucky if that's the case. But they're looking at their bottom line because bullying has a huge impact on productivity. In fact, through lost days for sickness, absence, or reduced productivity at work. I mean, in most workplaces, if not all, I would say the vast majority of workplaces, a group of people that can work effectively together is what you're trying to achieve as a manager, always, really. And bullying destroys that the connection between people, making it a safe place. We don't work through fear, we work through emotional bonding. That's the truth now that we understand. And most employers are coming to understand that now. That people work much more effectively if they feel a sense of emotional connection to what's happening, and bullying stops that emotional connection, fear stops that emotional connection. So there's a lot for employers to learn in the area of what we call emotional intelligence. Things to sort of look out for if you're sort of in an environment. What are the sort of, if you like, the headlines around bullying to help you spot some of the things? I think one way of thinking about it is to sort of quickly assess people around you in terms of sort of behaviour traits. So I'm going to list a few of the sort of most common types of workplace bullying. There's more information on the website underneath the video, so go over to my website and check this out, noelmcdermott.net. But here are the sort of top 8, if you like, bullying personalities to look out for. The constant critic. This is a person constantly putting other people down. Sort of emotional abuse is what we call it if it's happening by a parent to a child. They're relatively easy to spot, this constant critic. They're sort of very negative about everything, not just work as well, actually. They'll be negative about many aspects of their lives. The screaming mimi is another very easy one to spot. They're loud, obnoxious, aggressive, verbally, maybe even physically aggressive, and very easy to spot and stay away from them if you see them. The sociopath, maybe not so easy to spot. So they're very charming, manipulative, may lack complete empathy, and you will find this personality type in work environments. Often as you move up the sort of chain of command as well, you'll find it more and more. They often rise to position power in companies, which makes them dangerous. But they will sort of, in terms of the actual bullying of people, they'll usually sort of delegate that to their minions to sort of hunt and seek, as it were. The guru is another particular type of person who, because of their competence in a job, feels that they're above the normal rules of the rest of us in terms of having to relate as a decent human being and being kind and compassionate. And they can often get on their high horse about their relationship to their expertise and berate people who they feel are not as expert as themselves. You've seen that in politics. Often you see people like that. The attention seeker is somebody who will manipulate personal information out of people. It's all about themselves. They often sort of target sort of people who are new in the company, and they will coax personal information out of new arrivals to a business, to a company, to an organisation, and then use that as a way of manipulating that person later on in as they settle into their job, and they want to get they want to get favours out of them. So be on the sort of lookout for that type of person. The two-headed snake or the friendly narcissist is the person who pretends to be your friend to your face, but behind your back will be sticking the knife in. The wannabe is somebody who sees themselves as very sort of indispensable within a company, but often they're not very good at what they do, and they can be always on the lookout for ways of pulling somebody else down as a way of making themselves look better. And the gatekeeper or the mini Hitler, that's the person who will sort of use what little power they have to try and control and dominate other people. They're often not in a very senior position, but will use their sort of whatever power they have very, very effectively. Those are a few personality types to look out for, and you can quickly spot those if you keep your wits about you. What can we do about it? I think the responsibility sort of is very much about the organisation, and here's a few thoughts about what to look for if you're looking for a good employer, for example, in terms of you've moved to a new job, or if you're even thinking about the sort of situation that you're in, you want to assess its response. I suppose that you have to look at what the policies the organisation has. If they say, if anybody, any organisation, a school, an employer says that they don't have a problem with bullying, then you can fairly much guarantee they have a really serious problem with bullying. It's only if the problem is taken seriously and openly and the organisation looks at it and accepts the reality of that bullying exists, because it exists wherever there are groups of people, quite frankly, and then has clear policies around that. Can you begin to feel that it's a safe organisation or a safe school if you're thinking about placing your child somewhere? So look for the policies, and things to look out for are that they have a clear definition of what bullying is, what constitutes bullying within the eyes of that organisation. And it should contain a list of behaviours as well that it defines as bullying. It should have policy documents and an outline of how you can report any acts of bullying, either to yourself or if you witness it in somebody else, including what to do if your bully is your manager. How do you circumvent your manager and go to somebody else? Where is the neutral third party in that policy? There should be very detailed guidance on complaints and investigation procedures, so that you're safe, that you say within policy, and a no retaliation clause if you whistleblow. So having an effective whistleblower policy is absolutely crucial. And then lists of consequences, graded usually for sort of violations of the anti-bullying rules. What's going to happen to the person who is adjudged to have been a bully, so that it's very clear the route. I think those types of things will mean that you're more likely to get a positive outcome if you've been bullied at work or indeed at school. If you or a friend you know or a member of your family are experiencing bullying, and you want some help to think about it and some support in terms of help to think about the actions that you're going to take, do give me a call, 07506 319 745. That's 07 506 319 745. If you're calling from outside the UK, it's +44 and drop the first 0, or send me an email, info@noelmcdermott.net, info@noelmcdermott.net. Hop over to the website, and all the information on how to contact us is there as well. Thanks for watching. Please do leave some commentary at the end of the video or on the website if you're watching this on my website. I'm always interested in feedback, positive or negative. Anything that I get will be helpful in terms of learning whether these videos that I produce, these blogs that I produce, are useful to you or not, because they're meant to be a useful resource. Thanks for dropping by, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye bye.